Good morning, folks. This is MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa, and looking for spring. Tell me what your thoughts are about spring, but right now I'm seeing some very cold air for the early part of April. As I look at it, it almost looks like it could be record cold, but I got to look at that a little closer, and we will look at that a little closer together here in just a moment. First, let's look at today and see what's going on, and pretty easy. We've got a smattering of rain showers all across the area, and it's not something that's, super heavy or whatever, but you can see there's really not many breaks, so I would say off and on showers, it looks like, for the morning. And here's our radar forecast to show you when that stops. Let's go to noon. Still got showers in the, let's call it from Grand Rapids to Mount Pleasant to Tawas and Alpena into Detroit. Snow or rain for Easter Sunday? Big Rapids area, Mary Kane wants to know. It looks like rain. But it looks like during the early parts of the day, it could be cold enough for a little bit of the wet snow mixing in there. Okay, now we're at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Still some light showers hanging on in the Detroit area. Otherwise, everybody else has dried out and will be dry as we go into the evening hours. So, looks like we'll call it early afternoon. Most areas will see the rain come to an end. How much? It's not a ton. We could, quite honestly, probably use the rain because it's been a while. A couple of tenths of an inch of rain is what it looks like in most areas. Maybe a little bit heavier across the eastern UP, 4 or 5 tenths. But I'd call it a couple of tenths of an inch of rain. So that's not a real big mud maker. My area, east of Saginaw, they started planting sugar beets in the last couple of days. And the ground was working up really nice. It looked pretty good. Hey, good morning, Gail Gumbert from Grand Rapids. And good morning to Deb from St. Louis. Here are the high temperatures today. And although it's gloomy, the temperatures won't be too chilly. The rain, remember, ends early in the afternoon. And so it looks like about, let's call it between 50 and 52 from Grand Rapids, Saginaw Bay City, Clare, Mount Pleasant, south to Detroit and Kalamazoo and all places in between. Northern Lower Michigan, let's call it 45 to 50. Traverse City at 48. And the UP stuck in winter. Let's call it temperatures in the 30s. Okay, so here we go. Here's the extended computer model. This is temperature anomalies. Okay, so it shows you deviation from the average daily temperature. And let me just show you the legend here. When you see the light blues, you're a few degrees colder than normal. The greens, 10 to 15 degrees. The purples, 20 degrees. And these colors, 40 degrees, colder than normal. We got to get a fix on what's normal. Mid-50s. And look at this cold pocket developing up here. 20 to 30 degrees colder than normal. This is on Friday. Okay, so we're going to move through. And what I'm seeing everything indicate is that there's a cold pool of air building, almost like what we talk about in January, and it's going to head south, it looks like. So this is Saturday, and here we go into Easter Sunday, and we're looking at temperatures about 10 to 15 degrees colder than normal, and this thing looks like it's building in a couple of waves, so it comes in on the weekend, and then into early next week, and then notice another pocket building up here, and that looks like a stronger pocket. Both models are what are showing this as well. Now we're into Tuesday of next week. Yeah, we're still remaining a few degrees colder than normal. And look at the pocket of cold starting to build. This is Wednesday of next week into Thursday into Friday. So this thing has its grips. I mean, this is kind of incredible. I'm going to talk to a guy, hopefully today, that studies the interaction between the troposphere and the stratosphere, and that's a winter thing, and then at some point in the spring, usually in April, it decouples, and we go into a summer pattern. There's no sign of that. I mean, I just showed you what we were looking at. Normally, at this time of the year, I'd be seeing, every 6 to 10 days in the model run, I'd be seeing, oh, okay, there's some warmer temperatures showing up somewhere. It's not happening. It's kind of crazy. So I got to say, you better plan on chilly to downright cold temperatures, at least as we go into the first week of April. Now, I do still think that when things turn around, boom, it'll turn around fast. But it's not anything that's happening here in the next 10 to 15 days, it looks like. All right, so sorry I had to be the bearer of bad news. We got rain showers today, although we could certainly use the rain showers. That helps green up the grass a little bit. We have okay temperatures today, 50 by the time we get to the afternoon. And the next few days will be fairly mild compared to what we've been looking at, or what we will be looking at and what we have had. And then we'll have to keep watching for a possible big cold outbreak early in April. Yeah, I know. It is pretty bad when the weatherman is shocked. That's why I reached out to this meteorologist. He's a PhD meteorologist, writes a blog. And